So the Valentine National Wildlife Refuge was established as one of the largest tracts of native prairie in the United States. And so being able to take on such a large project as the Eastern Red Cedar Removal Project is very special, because you're taking a large step in improving such an imperiled ecosystem such as the Sandhills Prairie, and being able to control woody encroachment for the benefit of prairie birds and other native wildlife is very important to us as conservationists. The refuge was established in 1935 for the benefit of migratory birds and other native wildlife. And so currently the refuge is about 72,000 acres of grasslands, wetlands, and lakes. And we're providing the best possible habitat through natural resource management in the form of grazing, prescribed burning, invasive species control, and other methods to benefit wildlife for the continuing benefit of the American people.
So there's several reasons to keep woody encroachment off of our grassland environment. There's been a lot of research done through the years showing that grassland-dependent wildlife species like, say, grasshopper sparrows or upland sandpipers are negatively impacted by the encroachment of woody vegetation. And I've heard it said that a tree in the right place is okay, trees spread across the prairie are not okay. So these cedars coming in onto a prairie have similar issues to any woody plants on the prairie. They're vertical structure that's avoided by grassland wildlife, grassland-dependent wildlife. They allow predators to come in that wouldn't ordinarily be there, and they're just not a very good habitat for much of anything when they get real dense. So cedar can impact, not only impacts the wildlife, but it impacts folks that use the prairie either as a rancher that's raising cattle or a hunter or fisherman. Where cedar encroaches into grasslands, those cedar trees are using up a lot of the resources that grasses would use to grow. So they're sucking up water, nutrients, and they're taking up space so that there's less grass in the landscape. But as that cedar encroaches, you might end up with 40% of that 100-acre pasture is now cedar trees, which means that you have 40% less grass to feed your cows. So that has a definite economic impact for a rancher.
So back in 2023, the refuge, in coordination with the Nebraska Community Foundation and the Rainwater Basin Joint Venture, received funding through the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law to control cedars across the entire 72,000-acre Valentine National Wildlife Refuge. And throughout the refuge, what had been done for the last 2 years is we're continuing to work with those contractors to cut, mulch, and pile Eastern Red Cedars across the refuge. And so after the project is done, we'll have almost complete Eastern Red Cedar control done on the refuge to stop the woody encroachment on the Valentine National Wildlife Refuge.
So probably our biggest hurdle in managing cedar moving forward is probably going to be being able to implement prescribed fire. But this project of removing all the cedar was a big step. It got rid of a lot of our big seed trees. So through time, that'll reduce the amount of seed source that's still available. And if we can implement fire on a more regular basis, that'll continue to reduce that seed source. So hopefully through time, cedar will become less and less of an issue for us here on the refuge.
benefit of the Eastern Red Cedar control project on the refuge is going to provide a basis for other entities, other partners, other landowners in Sandhills to show them that you can have success with large-scale management of this scale. And so having this be one of the first large-scale control projects in the Sandhills, it'll show and provide opportunities for surrounding landowners, other people across Cherry County and across the Sandhills, the opportunity to see that encroachment of Eastern Red Cedars with the assistance of partners and others, we can work together to control Eastern Red Cedars and benefit from working together for the benefit of both wildlife and people.